Today on We Are the World, we're going to do a little bit of tarot. And as always, check out my description box below. And I would like to draw your attention to Casey's channel once again. She's actually doing a giveaway on her channel. So definitely go and check out Casey's channel, Soul to Soul 1111. And subscribe to her channel and enter yourself into her giveaway. She's actually going to be give away some of her orgonites over there. So I encourage you to check out her channel and subscribe and enter her giveaway on her channel. With that being said, it's been energy's been actually pretty good lately. I've been really kind of enjoying the energies myself. I know, like, when we're on this journey, look at that. When we're on this journey, we're definitely meant to. I'm just looking at these cards because, like, every time I do tarot, it always amazes me, like, how certain cards always appear. Because, like, if you follow me on my old channel, we kind of talked about how energies are always transforming and changing, but they do it, like, gradually. This is about the overall energies. We want to do these check-ins, and I do check-ins on the general energy for the collective. And if you really want a personal reading for your own situations, I do those too. But I mean, I offer a lot of things, and I try to, like, focus on just a couple things because I know if I dive too much deeper, I'm not gonna do reverses. Well, that one came out reverse. I'll leave it there. So, the whole deck was, in an upright position. So if a card happens to pull reverse, I'm gonna keep it that way. And so obviously we're gonna see some things a little bit differently than previously. And interesting. So we've seen some of these cards before. And anyways, I'm just kind of looking at the reading itself, but when it comes to energy, it does transform slowly and sometimes is really stable. And I think at this time, collective-wise, foundations are being laid. And since foundations are being laid, energy is going to be slowly, actually it's going to be more stable because of that foundation being laid. So it's not really surprising with the energy that we're currently in to see some of the same energies kind of coming through. And we're laying down foundations. We definitely are tapping into new beginnings. Because in order to have new beginnings, you have to have a solid foundation to build off of. And I'm seeing a lot of emotions being brought into this. So I think a lot of you are feeling your connection quite strongly right now. And when you have a strong bond with somebody, emotions are one of the key alchemical elements when it comes to your connection. Because a lot of you wouldn't value your connection unless you have a strong emotional bond with that person. But what I'm really seeing here is, since this is in reverse here, you have to have that strong emotional connection to yourself. And for you to really appreciate your unconditional self-love, you have to go through a lot of transformations yourself. Because with all those transformations and experiences, you wouldn't really appreciate the love you have for yourself. A lot of you wouldn't even know what that love is for yourself until it's tested. And tests come in many forms. And if you really want to dive deeper into those forms, like, you can connect to me. You can even connect to me on Discord. It is an option. But we also have the community, so you can even connect to other people in the community, like Jojo, Brittany. I mentioned Soul to Soul, Casey. And there's a lot of people available to you in the community. You just take action steps to empower yourself on your own journey. You're not meant to do the journey alone. A lot of you even feel sometimes you're kind of alone and no one understands you on your journey. Well, that's what Discord is there for too, so you don't feel alone in your own journey. And we're here to help each other as a collective, anyways, and that's why there is a collective. You're not meant to do this journey on your own. A lot of times, your own ego interferes with that. A lot of times, if you don't recognize your own ego, it takes someone outside of you to help you through your own ego. So, if you're wanting to connect to someone that understands the journey and have that different perspective of your situation, then you have to have a community, right? You have to be able to have a support system that you can find that support to be able to make the most of your journey. That's why TFU is there for you. With that being said, we're also leaning out with the Queen of Cups, which I really think is, the feminine's really balancing out their masculine and feminine energy. That's what I'm really seeing here in this Queen of Cups, because a queen is a quite mature energy, and this energy is really finding the value of your emotions. And a lot of you had to go through a lot of transformation just to get to this point in your connection to yourself. And what I'm really seeing here is someone that has learned how to balance out not only their feminine energy within them, but their masculine energy. We have both those energies within us, but we have to learn how to balance it out. That's why I'm seeing the 2 cups on being balanced out on the tentacles there. To me, it looks like an octopus. And then also, like, I'm seeing she's really appreciating her journey, because I'm really seeing kind of a fool having to jump off that cliff, and she's really actually quite comfortable doing that. It's when you get to a mature energy like the Queen, you actually start to appreciate your experiences you go through on your journey, because you just realize that each one of those transformations you go through on your journey, you are empowering yourself and you're actually adding value to you. And the Queen of Cups is all about value, and it's about value for yourself. And yeah, you appreciate even a guidance that you get from above. We're seeing that bird here, and she's just comfortable. She's like, oh, all right. I know where my guidance comes from. I value myself. It doesn't matter what comes my way, no matter what experiences that may be. Because what I'm really seeing here is all the garments she's wearing there, and like she's comfortable in it. She doesn't care what other people, how they see her. She values herself no matter what. And she knows how important her inner child is. Mind you, you can see a stuffy there that's right underneath her arm. And so she's done, she realizes how important her inner child is. And she actually wants to show off her work she's done with the inner child, because she's quite comfortable with the space she shares with her inner child. This is someone that's done like inner child work. And if you haven't done your inner child work, by all means, get the packages down below. The Union Package and Master Program are great about inner child work. So you can create a safe place for your inner child, because your inner child is going to be your authentic self. And your inner child is always going to express to you how connected you are and how safe and secure you feel to yourself. Because when we do the work on ourselves, we're actually creating who we really are. It's not based on how our ego perceives us. Our ego is just part of our human experience, but the ego is not us. Our essence is us. And our essence just has come here for the human experience and understands that ego is just part of it. But our ego is always going to sit and judge things, and if we align ourselves to our ego, we're not going to feel too comfortable in our experience here on Earth, because the ego just runs on a program. Programs are not fulfilling to begin with, but your essence is whole and complete, so it's always going to have everything you need in this human experience. All the power you need will resonate from your essence. With that being said, the Queen of Cups, not only is that is being paired with the Knight of Cups, and when it comes to the journey, the feminine energy is always a little bit more mature than the masculine energy, but they're both important. And the reason why they're never like head all the time. Because if you were, you would get comfortable. You wouldn't feel the push and the pull all the time to move forward in your own connection with yourself. Um, that's how this dynamic works. If you're a twin flame, is that your person is not always going to be at the level that you are. And if you're a feminine, that's someone that resides more in that feminine energy, because we both carry both those energies within us. If you're a feminine, you're going to reside more in that feminine energy. But whenever you view your masculine, you're going to always feel like there always feels just behind you. But the masculine is actually going to be in his truth with you, because he feels the most secure with you. If he knows of anyone to share how he really feels, because mind you, he's the Knight of Cups here, so it's about emotions for him. And the title below that card there too is the love song. So he's feeling you, and he's passionate about you. He's always is. It doesn't matter if he expresses that to you with words. It's this whole frequency that we share with a person is built on love. It's built on unconditional love. Until you have that unconditional love for yourself, you got to have it for yourself. And right now, a lot of you feminine are actually feeling that way towards yourself. That's why he's facing you. He feels that, and it's what draws him towards you. You just have to accept your person for who he is. You can't sit there and judge him, then feeling that the judgment's going to draw him closer to you. And mind you, I'm not seeing that in this reading. What I'm seeing in the past, that's why the Ten of Swords is in reverse here, and it's actually ruin, labeled ruin. See that? Labeled ruin. And maybe in the past you may have had an off with your person, because you felt like, why are you not getting this? Why are you not getting this? And in those moments you felt a lot of internal pain. As you can see in this card, it's ruin, right? Ruin is not a good energy. You can see in this card itself, it's not a good energy. And you learn that you don't want to go back to this energy, so you're doing whatever you can not to go back to there. That's what Ten of Swords are all about, is to keep you from going backwards and to keep it going forwards. That's what is being paired up with the Ace of Cups here. You're heading towards your true desire, and true desire is within you. That self-unconditional love that you have for yourself. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. You learn to value that part of yourself all the time. And you got through a lot of transformation to understand how important your love for yourself is. And you understand that love for yourself that you have for yourself is what makes your person focus on you. Mind you, they feel you all the time regardless. That's why he's holding that cup, right? He feels you. He feels you all the time, just like you feel him all the time. But right now, when it comes to this connection, this is based on no conditions, right? So your ego might perceive your person to be less than you, but that's all about perception, right? Don't allow your perceptions from your ego keep you from feeling that your person is less than you. Your person is you. So if you feel like your person is less than you, there's some aspect of yourself that you don't fully value for yourself, because they're always going to mirror you. So if you feel like your person's less than you, he's mirroring back to you an aspect of yourself that you haven't fully appreciated yet. And when it comes to this connection, it always is about you, and nothing else but you. And your person is always going to be your mirror of how you feel and how connected you are. Pretty much every aspect of yourself. You can't hide that from your person. Until you accept your person for who he is, you can't do that until you do it for yourself first. Is this how this connection works? So if you haven't fully embraced yourself, what I'm really seeing here is the Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's a great maturity. Like, that's actually a really good energy to be in with, to be honest with you. It's like I said, this is a person that has done a lot of work on themselves, and they do value themselves. But what I'm saying is, don't start judging your person. Don't get into that spiritual ego where you judge your person and say, well, why aren't you like me since I did all this work? Why aren't you like me? Allow your person to be who he is. He's meant to be who he is for a purpose. Don't judge him. Allow him to be who he is. Mind you, he doesn't judge you. He allows you to be who you are. He's teaching you how to be that way for yourself. I could tell you one thing, that judgment is a huge block for a lot of people. Because we live in a karmic world. And when we live in a karmic world, it's full of judgments. Look at all the things that are going on in the world right now. It's karmic. The world itself is reaping the karma it has sown for years. Let me repeat that. The world is reaping the karma it has sown for years. The world is reaping the karma it has sown for years. So if you don't like the condition the world is in, the world made that energy. We as humans are responsible for the current condition the world is in. If we want to change the energy the world is in, we as a collective have to change how we live our lives. And if we don't like how we're living lives, it's only a reflection of our internal world. If we want to change the world, we have to change ourselves. That's where the change does start from, is from within us. And then the outer world is going to reflect our inner world. If you don't know how to change your inner world, I reject you to the work. If you need help with that work, hook up with one of the Ultimate Life Coaches. They're on Discord too. That's why it's so important for us to unite together there. Why do you think it's called UTC? Go check it out. Why do you think it's called UTC? United. We can't do this alone, folks. We're here for a purpose, and we're meant to unite together. We're not meant to do this alone. A lot of you felt for a long time, since you started valuing yourself, that you had it all figured out. But notice that you thought that. That's why this card's in reverse. You thought that you had it all figured out. Because the sword, when it's in reverse, is in the truth. But only you were lying to yourself, thinking that you had it all figured out. Because this had nothing to do with how your ego views you. Your ego doesn't understand your purpose here. Your ego is just part of this human experience. So yeah, you are empowered. You know what the truth is, but don't get into spiritual ego. Do not fall into spiritual ego. Don't allow your ego to make you feel like you got it all figured out. Because you don't. It has something to do about figuring it out. If you align with the essence, you're good with everything. You just realize that everything is just an experience. But until you align with the essence, your ego is going to throw you from here to there to over there. But it's up to you to align with your essence, not with ego. That being said, we have the King of Cups here, mirroring the Knight of Cups. Because, remember we were talking about ego? Your person is a perfect match for you, right? You're a perfect match. We got the Queen of Cups here and the King of Cups. But look how you view your person. We were talking about ego. You view your person as less than. Because he's mirroring an aspect of yourself. He's bringing out your spiritual ego. Where you're judging everything else around anything that's less than you. Because you've done so much work on yourself. You start feeling good about yourself. Then you start judging everything else around you. Then you wonder why your person's still over there. And you wonder why you view your person as less than you. You allow him to be who he is. He's doing the same thing for you. I'm seeing just a lot of ego in this reading. And if you are resonating with this reading, get out of your ego. And if you don't know how to do that, get some coaching. You may have to have someone help you get out of your ego. Have someone outside of yourself to see how you are experiencing yourself. And mind you, I use the word experience. I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to create space for you so you can become the best version of yourself. If you're wanting to be the best version of yourself, then maybe it is time for you to get some coaching. We got coaches on Discord that are willing to help you with your connection. Casey's a wonderful coach. I'm a wonderful coach. Brittany is a wonderful coach. And there'll be a few more coaches joining too. But for us to be the best person to hold space for you to become the best version of yourself, we transfer ourselves first. It takes time. That work that we do on ourselves is valuable. If something is very valuable to you, you're willing to invest whatever it takes to go through those transformations for yourself. But it's up to you to do work. Really, do you want this energy or do you want this energy? It's a dualistic world, and it's really up to you what energy you want to reside in. And it's all on you. If you want to be an ego will keep you stuck. Ego is what keeps you stuck in this energy. And ego will ruin your chances of making the best version of yourself. It will. 100% guarantee. Your ego will ruin your chances of being the best version of yourself because it doesn't know how to do that for you. In fact, if anything, it will keep you stuck where you're at. It'll make you feel less than, and since you feel less than, you don't feel valuable enough to invest in yourself. This is pure ego, folks. So it's really up to you. What do you want to experience? Abundance of valuing yourself or feeling that you're not even worth anything but shit in your life? It's really up to you. How much do you value yourself? It's up to you how you want to live your life here while you have this human experience. Well, I love you a lot, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.